to season 3, premiere of season 3 of the Sistah Talk 3. I can't believe it, y'all. I am your host, Miss BB, and y'all already know that's with a Z, and this is my host,
Gold Chain Diva.
And y'all know we're just two sisters
with a lot to talk about. And we always got a lot to talk about.
We really do. Y'all know that.
You know, we back for season 3. We still got a lot to talk about.
Uno, dos,
tres.
But what's been going on, sis? What's been going on?
Listen, first of all right, I told you that I was going to tell you about this crazy story.
Yes.
And I've been keeping you on ice.
Okay.
So what day was that? That was that Saturday, like Sunday morning?
Yes, because for some reason we both had the case of insomnia and we were up.
Yeah.
At like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like,
girl, alright. So yes, we was writing on Instagram. I think we probably both went to sleep around like 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
So I lay down, go to sleep, get into a nice little sleep. Probably slept about 40 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe not even an hour.
Okay.
Get woken up to skr, boom. I'm like, yo, what the F?
Not scare, boom.
Listen, loud as day, jump out of my sleep.
Oh, no.
Mind you, I don't sleep with no clothes on sometimes.
Right.
So I'm jumping up, putting my robe on, of course being nosy.
Yeah.
Out the blinds.
Right.
I look down. It's a car smashed right into the front of the building, like the pillar on the front part of the building where the awning is supposed to go at. It's smashed in the front and the back. The horn is on full blast, non-stop. Thank God the person that was in the car was okay.
Okay.
Because this person was in and out the car, which I thought was weird. I was like, why the hell they keep getting in and out of the damn car?
Right.
Young boy, young black boy. I don't know what quite happened, but then you looked across the street. It was 3 cars on the other side of the street that apparently got hit in the process. And I don't even know if you paid attention to the one car that's still sitting out there.
Yes, I seen that when I was coming in. Yeah.
It was 3 of them. Looked just as bad. That I guess he hit on a Saturday night coming from 2nd Street. It was so bad that the fire department had to come. They had to take like the little saw and saw through the front hood of the car to be able to open the hood up, to be able to pull the thing out that had the horn going on. Mind you, this saw 3 o'clock in the morning. Right outside my window. I'm trying to sleep.
Like, what in the world?
Girl!
That is just not something you want to wake up to.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
And of course my nosy behind sitting there with a camera, because then when the police rolled up on the boy, because he was a young black boy, they rolled up on him, and the first thing they said, get your hands out your pockets. I'm like, yo, please.
Oh my God.
But I mean, they gotta be safe. But at that point, of course, we on high alert. And then of course, you know, it's always a black mom. Baby, you need me to call your mom or something?
Oh.
I'm just sitting, I swear I literally sat at that window, looked at everything that happened, because they locked his behind up immediately.
Did they?
Put him right in the car. So he had to have been drinking. But yeah, I sat there and watched that whole thing go down. Them cleaning up the street, sweeping the street, and putting all the stuff down to make sure there ain't no gasoline out there. It was crowds of people outside just standing there watching. Mind you, like the whole block lit up now.
Yeah.
From there to the corner to here was lit up.
Well, I'm glad that he is okay. And honestly, don't drink and drive. That's just,
girl, it ain't never worth it.
It's not.
We used to do it when we was kids, but I mean, come on now, it's never that deep.
It's not. Don't put yourself in harm's way like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, always something. Always something.
Definitely on 2nd Street.
So ain't much been going on in my life, but you know, stuff like that happens all the time. I always got front row seats to some foolishness. So what's been going on in your life?
Listen. You know, nothing that exciting has been going on. Just, y'all always know I got some stories about work. Work is always on some, y'all listen, and I tell them all the time, I'm like, I talk about y'all on my podcast. Because y'all be on some shit. Y'all be on some shit.
That's what they say.
Listen, they be like, what they say is, you got a podcast? Yeah, I do got a podcast. Go and watch it. It's the Sistah Talk. And then I get into this is really, it's really like what's one of the hospital shows that used to come on, like
General Hospital,
like General Hospital, Grey's Anatomy. Like it's really like that at my job. Like it's so much drama. It's like a whole separate life, and I just. Man, my job just be getting on my nerves.
They be stressing you.
They be stressing me out. They be really stressing me out. So that's honestly really what's been going on with me. Job, working, day-to-day shit.
I hear you.
Day-to-day shit.
We adulting at its finest.
At its finest.
The ghetto. Just out here scratching and surviving.
Not scratching and surviving.
Scratching and surviving.
Listen, that's how I feel.
Hanging in a child line.
That's how it feels. Man. Listen.
Ain't we lucky we got
not the good times. Listen, that takes me back to work.
Right.
All the old people. That's all they watch.
That's all they watch.
And it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Listen, I like Good Times. I feel like Good Times is like a classic.
Yes, it is.
It's a classic. You either appreciate where you came from
or you don't. Exactly. It's a part of
our
culture.
It's time to spill the
tea, y'all. Spill the tea. So, listen, today, first topic, we'll spill the tea.
Hold on.
Is my favorite. It's Ashanti and Nelly.
Yeah, because we wanted to talk about this some months ago.
Yes.
And we never talked about it because we weren't sure. It was a rumor. It was speculation.
And I remember you said that.
It was speculation. I said, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing about this one.
Now, y'all, we can confirm it.
Ashanti he wanted that old thing.
Listen, Ashanti showed up at the VMAs with a little clutch that had her and Nelly on it. And
she got it bad.
Listen, she got it. That's how you know somebody got it bad.
She got it real bad.
She got it real bad. And when the reporter asked her, she's like, so I like your accessory tonight, and I see who's on it. And she's like, yeah, this is a old picture of me and Nelly. And she's like, so like, is the rumors true? Are y'all like dating, in a roundabout way? And she was like, yeah, that's her boo. And
my man.
Listen, my man. And I'm smiling now. I just got the biggest smile because it's just like.
Well, I'll tell you this. I am absolutely. This is my thing.
Yes.
I just hope it's not a gimmick.
I know, because a lot of couples do get together for publicity.
To boost their career.
Yeah, for publicity.
And I feel like them being together would absolutely do wonders for both of their careers, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I hope it's not a gimmick. That's number one.
Yes.
Number two, I'm happy about it. I think they're cute. Mm-hmm. It gives me a bit of nostalgia from our childhood.
Absolutely.
But I can tell you who's not happy. Irv Gotti. He's somewhere crying in the closet.
Irv Gotti.
Somebody go check on him.
Listen, Irv Gotti is so not relevant. Like, I didn't know really what all transpired with him in it anyway. Like, I never really could put my finger on it. Like, what happened
between him and her?
Yeah. Did they used to date or?
Well.
Yeah.
Since I am a diehard Murder Inc. fan,
okay.
I watch the documentaries, I watch the series, I watch really anything that has to do with Murder Inc.
Right.
So in one of the Murder Inc. documentaries, mm-hmm. which recently came out within the last year or two, okay. So very new.
Okay.
This is the first time he ever opened up about him having a relationship with Ashanti. Ooh. Basically saying that him and her was dealing with each other low key, mm-hmm. and he found out about Ashanti and Nelly being together apparently because she went to a basketball game with Nelly.
Okay.
And that's how he found out because apparently they put him on a jumbotron.
Oh.
But my thing is, Irv Gotti always been salty. I don't think she ever really wanted Irv like that. I just think she probably just played her cards to get where she needed to be at.
And yeah, that's the honor. I would have to agree with you because at the end of the day, I mean, let's put a picture up of Irv Gotti and let's put a picture up of Nelly on their worst days.
I mean, don't do my man's Irv like that.
I feel like he looks like a troll.
Irv look like he got a good spirit.
Yeah, that's how you. That's how you know he looks like a troll.
Listen, no, even to me. All right, listen. There's people that look worse. Okay, to me, he's not a bad-looking older man. He don't do it for me. He don't rock my socks or nothing, but
He don't knock your socks off.
yeah, he don't send me to the moon, but I mean, he ain't bad looking older man. And for the right price, I mean, he got the bag.
Not for the right
He
price.
got the bag.
I just feel like, relax. Okay, let Nelly in if it's
Listen,
real.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Let
Though.
Nelly
He
in
said
Ashanti.
somewhere. He went on Drinking Champs. This is the second. He brought it up a second time after that documentary. He's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt.
He brought up the fact that apparently he had a watch that I guess she gifted him or something that had something engraved up under it. Listen, he living in the past. Mind you, he got a whole. Well, I think he's divorced now, but I think at the time he was talking about all these things, he was still married.
I wonder what his sign is. Y'all know I love signs. I'm always talking about
Listen,
signs.
if he
I want to
finicky,
know what his sign
if he
is.
finicky and wish-washy, he might be a fill in the blank.
Not finicky and wish-washy. Listen, definitely.
Finicky and wish-washy.
Because he's a little emotional.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Leo, and I'm gonna say it might be some Leo-ish.
You think he might be a little Leo?
He give off Leo. He
Really?
give off big attitude, like big, bold, like personality, like a Leo.
Now I'm going to be looking up Irv Gotti after we're done the episode because I don't know. Irvin. Is that his name? Irvin? Irvin Gotti?
Yep.
Listen, I don't know why I feel like I'm talking to Gotti, the cat, but
He's a Cancer!
Told you. Listen, I said a water
Emotional.
sign. I said a water sign.
Emotional.
I said
emotional.
I said a water sign. That's why he's in his bag.
Well, I guess
am
I
a
should.
Cancer.
I ain't want to say a Cancer.
It's okay.
I ain't want to say a Pisces really because I was really thinking Pisces.
Pisces are emotional too.
But I mean, well, he ain't got no choice but to deal with it now.
Damn.
Sorry, sir.
Sorry, Irvy.
Sorry, not sorry. Mama gotta have a life too.
Listen, let's move on. No more Doja Cat. Get out of my head. To Co Gauff. I'm pretty sure, she's all over my TikTok. I think it's because I'm interested in it and I'll be liking the videos. So, TikTok and their freaking, let me see. They're freaking, once you love something, it comes up all over your TikTok. But she is the youngest, 19 years old, the second youngest. The first youngest was Serena Williams. I want to make sure Serena Williams in 1999. So Co Gauff is the second youngest black woman to win the U.S. Open.
Okay, black girl magic just everywhere.
I love it because I feel like Co Gauff has a very strong personality. And why I say that is golf. Listen to me, y'all. I didn't even have anything to drink. Tennis is a very chillax sport.
What?
And why I'm saying chillax? A lot of tennis players don't show a lot of emotion. It's not like basketball. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's more like, that's why you hear when they're doing it. They're not. I watched her play a little bit on on my feed, and I just felt like she was very, very how can I say this? She was very aggressive. She's a good player. Her dad and her mom, literally her dad trained her from when she was younger. She actually played her first tennis match when she was 15. I did know that. And she's been doing it a while, so she's confident in what she does. And I just felt empowered. I'm like, maybe I should go pick up a tennis.
So she had a certain swag about her.
I love it.
Tennis players.
Yeah, I love it. And she reminds me of the sisters, like Serena Williams, and and she looks up to them. And what's the girl that's Chinese? She played against her and lost. I can't think of her name. She played against her and lost. See, that's gonna something Mimosko or Mimos. Y'all, I don't know. I gotta look her up. She played against her and she brought her up too because she's another one that she looks up to. But I just feel with that being
Naomi Osaka.
Yeah, they played against each other last year and she cried because she lost. But she gave her words of encouragement.
Okay, but I think that's a full circle moment. I feel like because alright. I am not a fan, a huge fan of tennis. Or a following of tennis.
Yeah.
So like, I used to watch it when I was younger, but that's as far as it goes.
Right.
So I didn't even put two and two together that Coco was that same young lady that had that experience with Naomi Osaka, because I do remember that, because that was a very empowering moment for women of color.
Yeah, she allowed her to do her interview, her winning interview. Like she won against her, and she told her, stop crying, get it out. I want you to come speak with me because you did a hell of a job. And listen, you was competition for me at 15 years old.
Well, it's definitely a full circle moment.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, that probably empowered her to the next level to say, you know what, you are who you think you are, and now go get the bag.
And guess what? Naomi Kasako, or however you say her name, she came to the U.S. Open to watch her when she was in the crowd.
Wow.
And she has a child and everything now, so that should show you how long it's been since.
Man.
So I just feel like she's very confident, and I liked her spirit and seeing her on TikTok, and how like she was just very appreciative, and her parents were so proud, they were crying, and it was just all just a very like, wow, like I don't know. It gives little black girls the encouragement to say I can do it. I can do it. So I don't know. I like her. I like you, Coco. I like you, Coco.
I definitely have to tap in more, become more familiar. I'm guilty of not, you know, keeping up with my tennis like I used to.
And it's okay, because if it wouldn't have came up on my, you know, my TikTok, and then I dug a little deeper into it, because I was interested. I'm like, I remember her playing the girl, but I'm like, I lost track of it after that. And then kind of seeing what was going on, I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah, definitely a great full circle moment.
Yes.
And I'm sure that she remembers, you know, that key moment in her career and this new moment in her career.
Yeah.
So great accomplishments and more to come. I mean, because on last episode we talked about Sha'Carri Richardson.
That's what I'm saying.
So there's a lot of young black women who are blazing a path at younger ages than the people who came before them.
I didn't even know you could compete when you were 15. That's the thing that got me. I remember she did, but I didn't know she was 15 years damn old.
Listen, well, she put up a great fight to get attention from Naomi then.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. So, applause to you, girl. Congratulations.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, I hate to bring us back down because I feel like we came back up.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
We're going up and down today.
Listen, I apologize in advance, but y'all know I gotta give y'all the realness. The realness. All right. So, a lot of people are not familiar with the history of Lake Lanier.
Okay.
So the history of Lake Lanier, which is a lake in Georgia, shares a similar story to stories that we have heard of. You know, the Tulsa massacre. You know, different situations where they have covered up the destroying black communities.
Okay.
So basically, Lake Lanier has a similar story. Back in 1912, this is how the history starts off. Back in 1912, an 18-year-old named Mae Crow was found injured after being assaulted in the woods. Now, you know, to give you context, this is a young white woman. Basically, she got injured after being assaulted in the woods, less than 1 mile away from her family's home. She later died from the wounds. Despite the evidence of witnesses or any evidence, any evidence or witnesses or whatever going around this case, back in the day, our black men used to get persecuted without even having a jury.
Right.
And so basically, you know, they had to find somebody to pin this murder or her death on. And so who they found was a 24-year-old black man named Rob Edwards. He was arrested. He was taken to the county jail by a mob of white residents. He was brutally beaten with crowbars, shot repeatedly, and dragged to the town square where his body was mutilated and lynched. That was followed up by his wife, their neighbor, his cousin, and two of his cousins. They got arrested at the same time. And basically, they were convicted by all white juries. And they were lynched in the square as well following this. So basically, this started a whole trend of brutal killings that happened in this area. Mobsters would go through the area and burn down black businesses. They burned down churches. They burned down pretty much anything that held importance to black people to basically run them out of the county. once they did this, now mind you, this is a time of massacre, so you got to think about the fact that there's so many bodies that probably laying slain in the streets, tied to trees, and all types of different things. And basically, some years later, they created a lake over top of this black town that they drew all of these black people out of. They wreaked havoc in this town and then made it disappear as if it never happened.
And this is the first time I'm ever hearing about this. I've never heard about this before. That is just so sad.
Definitely a sad history. As we know, they try to whitewash our history and make it seem like it never existed. And that's the same thing that happened with this story.
It makes me think of how our culture has been through, and I know we talk about this all the time, y'all, but how our culture has been through so much. I mean, so much. It's so much pain. It's so much loss, and humiliation and embarrassment. Like, it's so much of that. And it brings me to bring up that I mentioned this to you briefly, that I watched the Harriet Tubman movie on I think it was Prime, and that it triggered me. It, like, I don't know if it's my age now, but like, it's listening to stories like that and watching things like Harriet Tubman, and I already know, everybody knows she freed the slaves, but just the trial and tribulations, like, that is a trigger for me. And it makes me dislike, it makes me I'm sorry, y'all, but it just makes me dislike them.
I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, because they showed how inhumane they were. Yeah. While claiming that we were the ones that were not like humans. Crazy. I personally call them psychopaths. That's what I call them. But I mean, hey, call them what you want. But I think that this story hasn't seen the time of day the way that it should, because it has been completely whitewashed. So one of the things, as I was looking for this story, when I'm typing it into Google, literally, what is the story of Lake Lanier? Like, literally, flooding badly communities contained a cemetery fueling beliefs that it was cursed. That's how they whitewashed the history, to make it seem like they did not kill our people, to get them to run out of their county. Make it make sense. But anyway, so this story has been gaining popularity again, where people are becoming more familiar about what Lake Lanier is, because since its creation in 1912, there have been over 200 deaths at this lake, fueling the idea that it is cursed ground. One of those people that it gained popularity now from is Usher's ex-wife, Tamika Foster. She lost her 11-year-old son to this lake a few years ago.
Really?
Yep. So basically, she made it her business to petition that the lake get drained. Yeah. And redone, or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, it leaves a lot of people thinking, is that enough, number one? And two, even if they did that, would it still be on haunted ground? Like, I mean, I believe that our ancestors are trying to turn something up. Listen, because if your soul never rested, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd be haunted ground. I don't know if I'd be killing, but I'd definitely be haunting. You know what I mean? I would definitely be haunting, because that's different. That's creepy. I don't even think I would want to even go there, to even know that
and the thing about it,
around that happened.
Well, but that's the thing. A lot of people don't know. Right. The history has been hidden, and it actually now is a vacation community where people that they want tourists to come to and vacation. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. But I mean, hey, are we surprised that the U.S. is trying to whitewash history and make it seem like nothing ever happened and collect a buck at the same time?
No. Yeah, no.
And this ain't even conspiracy time.
No, it's not. But come on.
Well. Yeah. The more you know. That's why I say we always have to learn our history. We have to learn our history. Because you could have went to that day going lake and never had no idea. Listen, when we rode, it wasn't even you. When we rode through Georgia this year, we rode past there, and I was just like, yo, I would never, ever think about swimming in that water.
What does it just? What is it? It just looks.
No, I just know the background story,
Okay, so
and that's enough for me to be like, yo, respect this, this ground.
Yeah, because there's a lot of spirits and a lot of
And I don't know if I had shared this with you when we talked about like my experience when I went to Memphis. I felt like I would never move there because I felt like the ground, like the land was sad. I just felt that energy there. The land was sad, and I never felt that before anywhere before.
Listen, a lot happened. So I believe it, even though I want to go and explore, you know what I mean, the museums and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would just say it's probably just certain areas that you get that iffy feeling about. Like I didn't get that feeling about everything, but just the more rural type areas, I was just like, yeah, it's just sad lane. I would never want to live here. I never want to live here. Just like that. I mean,
is it time for?
It's time for conspiracy time.
Conspiracy. Okay. Oh, listen, y'all, we got some AI. You know, football season is here. I'm not a big football fan.
Neither am I.
Okay, so we can agree on that.
Definitely.
And we can agree on that. But at an NFL game, they had AI robots. AI freaking robots. They're throwing it in our face, y'all. And listen, when you see the video of the AI robot sitting there in the crowd, you got people like all around them and shit, like.
First of all, this would have been me. They would have panned to it, like turn this way. I would have been looking like this. I would have been sitting there, like.
I know they were.
I wouldn't have moved.
Yeah, they were all like on the jumbotron. I'm just like.
I probably would have been like.
Listen. I thought you were gonna say I would have been poking at his head because I'm childish. I would have been caressing the skull. Like, what is going?
When I first saw it, I'm not even gonna lie. First of all, when I first saw it before it became a thing, I saw it and I thought that they were humans. So that's a testament to how well they're made.
Yes, cause
I thought they were humans, and I thought they just had something connected to the back of their head.
That's exactly what I thought. I was looking at their y'all don't judge me. I was looking at their butts moving because I'm like, their bodies looked real.
Everything about them looked real.
Like the arms looked real. The butt was moving like a butt. That's too creepy. That's too creepy. And my next question is, where are you getting these faces from? Because
well, you know, we saw that video before we even started recording of the guy who said that he was the clone, like he was the model for one of those AI robots that were there.
Well, this is the thing. Am I gonna have the AI robot because I put my face in that app?
Shit, you never know. You never know.
Well, it better be my height.
Listen, first of all, they put it all in front of us. When you really think about it, I mean, come on now. They cloned Tyrone.
Yeah, and I still haven't watched the whole thing.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's becoming more acceptable. It's becoming something that's less paid attention to because we're thinking like, oh, we live in 2023. Technology's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, and we're just so enamored with that. And not even thinking about what this actually means. And it's so funny because, you know, a little while before we started recording, I started telling you about this guy, I cannot remember his name, that apparently worked for Google. And spent his whole life's career working on developing artificial intelligence. And he actually quit working for Google because he said that he became afraid at the power that these AI possess. Because not only, like, it's not that. You gotta think about artificial intelligence and what it does and how it operates. It's not like you're sitting at a computer, you put it on the chip and then put it in the thing and it do whatever you tell it to do.
Right.
No, this thing is literally scanning its surroundings and learning everything from its environment. So when you think about it, say this thing comes in contact with a serial killer.
Listen.
Bro. And they take all that shit in?
Yeah.
They gonna be murdering us.
They're gonna be murdering us, definitely. And that brings me to, you know, you really need to see the movie Megan.
We were supposed to have movie night.
I know we still gotta have it, but you really need to see the movie Megan, cause you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. It's thrilling, not scary.
Listen, I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Cause that doll was something serious. But anyway, AI y'all, look out for y'all faces coming soon.
Well, listen, conspiracy or not, I think we in the middle of it. Yeah. We in the middle of it. It's obviously not a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy.
No, it's real.
But I had never thought about whether you had used your pictures in the AI app.
Listen.
Would they have the rights to be able to use your face? But I feel like they could.
Yes.
Because we read through the fine print. And they wouldn't have to pay you a damn thing.
No. I'm about to have a phone, y'all. That's crazy.
Well, y'all will never see a clone of me. Best believe, if it said I did it, I did it. Not a clone.
Listen.
He's sitting there looking at that robot just like this.
Yeah, listen.
I would have been like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like, and they wasn't talking at all. They was like.
They was looking around. They was
looking out of place.
Listen.
Crazy. But anyway, conspiracy talk. All right. So our next story on conspiracy talk, you know, back in my heyday, you know, people called me a Bible thumper.
It's all right.
And you know, I definitely would say that if it came down to it, I'm going to fight for, you know, what I believe is right. As we know right now, for those who are familiar with the Bible, a lot of things that are going on in Revelation are playing out at this point in life right now. We always knew that people were going to be persecuted and executed for practicing Christianity. So one of the places, China, that is known for communism and, you know, several other religions like Buddhism and all types of other religions that they have there. Apparently, Christianity has grown popularity there. And so now it's at a point where the population of Chinese people in China are there are more Christians than there are members of the Communist Party, which is their government. And so now the communist government is now so afraid of the power that these Christians possess that after all these years of not allowing them to access a Bible, now they're giving them Bibles, but the version that they would like them to read.
Which is completely mind control.
It's malarkey.
Yeah, that is insane. Listen. I always said that I wanted to go to China. I always said that I would like to visit China. I want to visit somewhere that I'm getting to see another culture. But now with that, what I really listen.
I don't know. I was always on the fence about wanting to go to China only because it's like, to me it's like, damn, it's China. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's something about the amount of people there overwhelms me just even thinking about it. The amount of time it takes to get there overwhelms me thinking about it. But if I ever went to like an Asian country, I always said that I would go to Japan. Always said I would go to Japan, and I definitely want to go to Thailand.
Okay. Definitely. Yeah, Japan is definitely cool. Japan is like futuristic. Japan is like futuristic. That's the first thing that I think of when I think of Japan. Thailand, I don't really know much about Thailand. I just want
to listen. For me, it's all about the food. I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
So Thailand, I would love to eat the food, and that's another main reason why I would not want to go to China, because China, like, they be having stuff that moves around.
Listen, I was just about to say that I'm not eating anything that moves around.
They got stuff that you bite on, that shit squirt all across the room. Ew, like
hell no.
Like, nobody want no parts in that.
No, thank you, ma'am. I'm good. I couldn't even eat a dead roach. Ugh. I said a dead roach.
I know what you're talking about, the crickets.
I said a roach.
Girl, listen. Well, anyway, China, it's up to no good. They changing the Bible around. There is a popular story that is in the Bible that a lot of people know about, where you know, God says, "He who was without sin cast the first stone." Well, in the Chinese version of this story of the Bible, it basically says that everybody's, and it's not funny. It's really not funny, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Says that the community of people stoned this woman, but then Jesus stoned her as well, condemning her. Like
making Jesus evil.
Yeah, making Jesus evil, and that's the whole goal, is to make God, like, to make Jesus seem like he's this evil being. And basically they're trying to discourage them from rebelling against this communist government. They're trying to discourage them from going to Christianity and going the opposite way. So conspiracy on that?
I don't know.
Shit, it's definitely a conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's definitely a conspiracy because it's already happening.
Shit. What is this world coming to?
Just a whole bunch of evil stuff. Like at this point, like people like to act like this stuff is not happening right in front of us. You know, everybody likes to, you know, chalk it up to artistic expression and, oh, you know, free will. I can do whatever the heck I want to do. Like nobody really cares about it. Like has a moral compass anymore. Cares about right and wrong, good and evil. People just out here doing whatever they feel.
Yeah.
And so that's the world that we live in. We live in a world now where there's unfortunately a lot more evil than there is greatness. But I mean, I know who wins at the end of this fight. So that's all I find peace in. Is just knowing who I serve and who will win in there. Is already written. So conspiracy
or not, y'all. That is just Lord. Listen, call his name. Lord.
Listen, we want ahead to say a prayer after this episode, because I didn't realize how much Doja Cat was going to get in Miss Beatty's spirit.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I felt like you wanted me to turn it off within like the first couple seconds.
I was like, as soon as no, I don't like it. I don't like watching stuff like that.
Well, we're gonna pray at the end of this episode for everybody to clear their spirits after y'all watch this episode, because we don't want y'all to be dealing with spirits in your own.
No.
Well, this topic, you know, we always got a topic for y'all at the end of the night.
Yes.
This topic is a little bit different than what we talked about in the past.
Yes, it is. A little bit more.
So tonight, the question is, and we're going to chime in the chat on TikTok.
Okay.
You let us know, like, would you rather be in the hood at nighttime or be in the country at nighttime?
Listen. You gonna go first or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. Listen. I would rather be in the hood.
Okay.
And the reason I would rather be in the hood is because at least I know in the hood somebody's going to be around. Mm-hmm. If I go to the country to me, my mom's first house was in the country. The houses are far apart. Mm-hmm. Nobody's barely outside. Mm-hmm. And if something and it's creepy at night. Okay, it's creepy at night. In the hood, you might have Miss Jackson over here playing cards with Billy.
That's so racist.
No. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm being rude.
I'm just messing with you. But it's so funny though. But that's real stuff. You can't think about it. Right across the street, the old heads was just playing chess outside yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. So if something's going down, at least you got the old heads looking out for you. You know what I mean? A screen, something. When you're in the country, who's around but horses and cows? And mosquitoes. That's all things that can't save you.
Well, listen, I got two things to say. One, I done seen enough horror films to know that I don't want to be nowhere near no cornfield after the sun go down.
Listen.
Okay?
Listen.
My complexion in a sundown town don't work.
Listen.
Like you said, I want to see some familiar faces.
Yeah.
It's funny because I feel like when I first heard this question, because it was a question that somebody asked on TikTok and was just getting people answers about it. Mm-hmm. I feel like when I first saw it, my first answer was like, shoot, it depends on what hood.
Listen.
That's my second question. It depends on what hood. Because, I mean, some hoods is terrifying. Some hoods are like very intimidating, especially if you're not from that area. But I mean, like I've always said, I'm good in any hood for real.
Listen, that's what I was about to say. That's your favorite saying.
That is my favorite saying because I feel that way. I feel like I'm good wherever I go. I feel more comfortable. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to mind my business. I'm not about to be in nobody's conversation. I'm not going to linger my eyes too long paying attention to something that got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, mine.
But, however, I know that at the end of the day, as long as it's faces that look like mine, I like my chances a little bit better.
Yeah, listen,
Because let a Karen come out her barn and see me walking down the street.
Not her barn.
Well, the question was,
riding her tractor.
Listen, I don't got time for Karen and her mess.
Listen, I'm telling you this right now. We all know that can't mind their business.
Nope.
Okay?
But nothing in them.
We know that. So it's safe to say, put me in the hood where people are around me. That's just that.
Well,
that's just that.
Well, there you have it.
So we're going in the hood together.
We're going to the hood.
All right. Taking a trip to the hood.
That's all we got for y'all tonight.
Yes.
On another episode of the Sister Talk podcast. I'm your host, Gold Chain Diva. This is my sister,
Miss BD, and y'all already know it's with a Z.
And y'all can go ahead and follow us on all social platforms. You
Yes.
can follow me at goldchain__diva. And you can find my good sis at
Miss BD MZ_ and video.
And that's on all social platforms. So make sure that you visit the link in our bio.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you share any videos with your friends.
Yes.
You know, we want to hear from you.
We want to hear from y'all. Come on.
So thank you for tuning in and have a good night.